So today I've compiled some TikToks that should really show you all why I hate the app so much. These TikToks range from cringe to disturbing to just utter insanity. That's really about all you need to know, so let's just get into it, bro.
A lot of people got something to say about the fact that I got 6 kids with 6 different men.
Yeah, no wonder, man. That's not normal at all. You've had kids with 6 different guys? Like, I mean, I guess I understand 2, and in rare cases 3, but 6? Like, I don't understand. Did the first 5 inherent to your hairline gene, so you were going for the normal hairline with your 6th? No, I'm kidding. I'm sure she has a perfectly good explanation as to why she procreated with 6 different individuals.
So I'm just gonna tell y'all why it is better to do it this way. If I had 6 kids with all the same dude, I get 34% of his income, which is only $680 a month.
Okay, so it's just for money. Great. That's awesome, man. That's really good for you. You know, you're really empowering the people that are watching that video, especially the young girls. They think, wow, hey, I mean, if she did it and she's siphoning free money from these innocent guys, hey, I mean, why shouldn't I do that?
If I got 6 kids with 6 different dudes, I get 17% from each one of them, which is $340 a month from each one. $340 a month times 6 baby daddies is $2,040.
That actually is so OP. The US government needs to patch this immediately. It's like, this just encourages women to just go out and get as many, you know, kids pumped into this world as possible just to get free cash. You know, it's obviously not like these kids are gonna have a great upbringing, especially considering the fact that their mom is literally vice chairman of the streets. So I don't really understand where that money's gonna be going if I had to guess. Maybe she's interested in purchasing more vanity floral masks. It's truly anybody's guess.
So why don't you have 6 baby daddies?
What do you seek to gain from posting this? Like, this is not some Gary V financial advice. This is not some, like, passive income thing. It's just depressing. Like, I feel like even as a woman watching this, I can't imagine feeling empowered or, like, feeling good or, like, optimistic after watching that. I just feel upset.
Yo!
When men exist and then you're just like screaming in agony, okay bro, like just replace men with any other group of people and you are instantly canceled. You're banished off like any social media platform, your hate speech flagged, like it's over for you. Here's the thing, right? The content itself doesn't really bother me, right? Like I don't really feel offended at all. Like I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight, it's gonna be fine, but I just think the double standard is so just like crazy. I feel like when it comes to content where you're, I guess like insulting or roasting or I don't know, like mentioning any sort of group, the rules should be applied equally or else you get content like this. Like we as men sort of know that we need to be very careful about how we, you know, say things on the internet, like on TikTok. We couldn't make a video like screaming in agony when we see a woman because we know that that would be unacceptable, but I guess like the women don't know that the opposite is bad. And obviously this is not all women, this is a small group of people, but on TikTok that small group of people is largely represented. Like part of the reason why I'm able to make these long videos about these cringy TikToks is because there is so much of this.
You know when girls walk around thinking they're so hot, it's just like, I am so glad you were able to overcome the patriarchal institutionalized brainwash that makes women hate themselves from a young age in order to capitalize on their insecurities and keep them submissive. You are f***ing hot.
Okay, I got 4 words for this post. It's not that deep. It really isn't. Seriously, you didn't have to give me that game theorist's analysis of society and the country that we live in to explain why certain women are, like, subjectively attractive. What is going on with people? Like, whenever I feel attracted to a girl, it's not like I'm thinking about the social conditioning, the patriarchy, the capitalized society and submission, and like, what? Dude, you gotta chill. I can't really help myself from thinking about these people outside of their posts. Like, I really do not see there being a feasible reality where these people are able to hold up normal conversations. I feel like any and all conversations I could ever possibly have with this person would somehow tie back to like the patriarchy. I swear to you, I could be talking about my allergy to pistachios and they would be saying, oh yeah, that's because of the systems. You know, you wouldn't be allergic to pistachios if we had more feminism. Like, you know, a woman president would have ended your pistachio allergy. It's like, dog, what are you smoking? Because seriously, I feel like I might have to try some of that, man.
To the men who watched my last video and took the time to comment letting me know that men have insecurities too, totally, and I'm so glad you're so passionate about men's rights and I hope you'll make a video about that and I'm more than glad to support you. However, that video was for the girls. I never said men don't have insecurities. I never said anything about men at all. And you can still have insecurities and still have more privilege than a woman purely based on gender. Just because something doesn't affect you, aka the patriarchy, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. That being said, if you're a white woman who can't understand how infuriating it must be for a white person to tell a black person that all lives matter, Just think about that.
Okay, so it looks like this one, I guess, just malfunctioned toward the end there. She started talking about, like, all lives matter. I don't know what that was about. I just really hope that she doesn't think that a man on the verge of suicide is somehow more privileged and has a better life than a girl that lives in a $5 million mansion and is TikTok famous. Like, you are literally delusional and off your meds if you actually try to argue that a dude who has, like, a miserable life is still somehow more privileged than a girl who has a great life. Like, that just doesn't make any sense.
This is what the patriarchy looks like. Men, women.
Oh yeah, man, that's some irrefutable evidence right there. When you put one hand above the other, like, that's just, like, I can't argue with facts like that. Yeah, I mean, like, why would you research an actual source to prove your point when you can just do that thing with your hands? Like, yeah.
Now, a lot of men seem to think that when women try to build ourselves up and say we want more rights, they think that instead of doing this, we're doing this. They seem to think we're taking rights away from men.
Who? Who actually thinks that? I've never met anybody in my life who thinks that. I certainly don't think that. I don't think women getting the right to vote, like, whenever that happened, meant that men lost the right to, like, who, like, what, who actually thinks that? You're, like, making up these false opinions to argue points that are never made.
Really shows your oppressive nature and the fact that you don't think we deserve everything that you have. So, do you want to keep it to yourself? You aren't losing anything by us gaining something.
I mean, bro, like, what don't you have? You have this, like, vibrant colored hair. You have a TikTok account where you can post whatever you want to it. I'm willing to bet you're financially stable. Like, what else do you want, dog? Like, bro, I'm sorry, but, like, why is everybody so ungrateful? I'm so grateful to have, like, even a meal on my plate every night. I'm grateful to have a platform that I know when I say something, there's gonna be at least a couple people that hear what I have to say. It's great. I'm so grateful. I feel like everybody on TikTok is just so ungrateful for, like, everything. Like, we live in a pretty great time. You know, obviously, you know, minus COVID and everything, I feel like the state of our, like, what we're able to do and what we're able to achieve is so, the ceiling is so high. But yet, I feel like on TikTok, all these people that I'm reacting to, all they want to do is complain. You know, not too long ago, iPhones didn't exist, the internet didn't exist. So if I ever become ungrateful for having the opportunity to just speak my mind and somehow make money off of it, please, shut me up, like, remind me.
Things that don't make sense thanks to the patriarchy. When ladies do not shave their armpits or their legs and occasionally their upper lip, the male species will say, ugh.
Okay, so this guy is clearly on something. He's jumping up and down. He's making the cuckoo expressions like he's some sort of, like, kid's cartoon character. He's extra animated. He's extra wacky. What is he gonna say, bro?
Gross. That's disgusting. Meanwhile, in Penis Town, we can have literal pubic hair on our face and it's seen as cool, sexy, hip, trendy.
Yeah, you forgot to include the word normal. It's almost like men are biologically programmed to be growing more facial hair, like, at an exponential rate compared to women. I know guys who, if they don't shave for one day, it looks like they're a caveman. For girls, that takes a while, okay? So I think the whole point is that, by nature, men are supposed to be hairier. Like, that's just a fact.
Men, check your watches. Most of us are not on Pacific Standard Time. No, we're on f***ing double standard time. But then again, maybe this makes sense. Perhaps the reason some men are so prone to act like dick is because the same hair that's down there is also up here.
Man, cool story, bro.
Good morning. I've had my coffee and I'm reading my feminist literature.
Dude, it's crazy. You can just tell one day at middle school recess, he just got roasted a little bit too hard. You know, maybe someone overstepped the roast boundary and hit this kid at the core. And from that day forward, he started reading on toxic masculinity, and the rest is history, man. He went down the pipeline. And then, I don't know, 20 odd years later, he's on TikTok talking about women with beards, because who knows?
I've had my coffee and I'm reading my feminist literature. Well, it's time for a little rant. Stop staring at my nipples, Chad. Did you know there was a study done that just asked women what they would do if men didn't exist for 24 hours? For 24 hours, only women would exist on the planet. You would think that the responses would be something crazy or bonkers. Like own a zoo. I'd fly a rocket across the sky. Set fire to the house of that one toxic ex.
Alright, Doc, the little jokes you're trying to squeeze in here, not really working for me. You know, oh, set fire to that one toxic ex, bro. Not the best. Maybe stick to the cringe TikTok posting. Let's try to stay away from the little micro comedies. Also, dog, what did they put in your coffee? Like, you're going a million miles per hour with this speaking. From a feminist literature, and then the patriarchy, and the service with the women.
But alas, these were none of the top answers. The most common answer for what women would do if men didn't exist was go for a walk at night alone. Following answers were wear whatever I wanted, followed by sleeping outside under the stars. What the actual? Is safety and peace of mind too much to ask for? No! Men, check your goddamn privilege. Have a splendid day.
Hey, thanks, man. Really nice of you to wish me a splendid day. I will be having a splendid day, actually. And honestly, man, thank you so much for giving me like 3+ minutes of content to monetize. That was really thoughtful of you, man.
People often ask me, what right do women not have that men do? They point to the law and they say, look, women are equal under the law. Which is great. I'm so glad the law supports women.
I don't know why, but I just have a strong feeling this guy has been like the lead developer for some furry roleplay game on Steam. I literally cannot prove this at all, but I feel like I'm onto something. I don't know why. What a, like, arbitrary statistic to try to prove that women have it, like, worse off than men. Like, I would not be surprised if this guy ended up pulling up a statistic that said, oh yeah, women are more likely not to hear bless you after they sneeze, which really just shows you the state of the union being so oppressive.
Okay, so a few days ago, I posted this tweet, basically listing off things that aren't funny to be joking about.
Okay, first of all, shut up. You are not the comedy police. You are unfunny, unoriginal. By the way, this guy making the TikTok, I'm pretty sure he got exposed for hooking up with a minor and also purchasing alcohol for a minor, so I wouldn't be too keen on listening to this guy about anything.
Alright guys, let's talk about the term female. Now, female is a word that can be used to describe somebody of the female sex. Now, that isn't just humans, that is also animals.
Yeah, but it's crazy how if I say, oh yeah, females are wildin', you know that I'm talking about women, right? I'm not talking about female dogs or female caterpillars.
So when you say females always be tripping over blank, it could mean anything. You could mean an animal.
Yeah, but you know that that's not what I'm talking about, and whoever I'm saying, oh, females be tripping to, knows that I'm talking about women. Like, human women. Like, what? Bro literally proved my point. Also, girls and women and females don't care if they're being called females, at least from my experience, right? Like, I'm sure there's a couple oddballs, but I get comments from women, and I see comments from women on my videos that say, yeah, I do not give a shit if I'm called female. Like, who would?
You could mean a woman, but there's already a word for that, women. You could mean a girl, but there's already a word for that, girls. So back to the point that I was trying to make about females meaning any animal. When you call a woman a female, you are stripping her of her humanity.
That has to be one of the most retarded things I've ever heard. What? Pretty much everybody that I've ever met uses female and women and girl interchangeably and synonymously. Get off your high horse, bozo, and start facing reality.
Because in our vocabulary, we call human females women. There's a word for that. It reminds me a whole lot of when people called women bitches, a term for a female dog.
That says far more about you than it does about anybody calling a woman a female, bro. Legit, maybe 0.1% of people thinks that the word female and bitch are equally the same. But hey, bro, if you're so confident that they mean the same thing, go up to two different girls and then, you know, refer to one of them as a female and refer to another one as a bitch. See what kind of reactions you'll get. I guarantee you the one that you call a bitch will be much more upset.
And we all understand why we shouldn't do that. Right?
Yeah, dude, whatever you say, you're onto something, I'm sure you're going places. But anyways, if you guys did end up enjoying this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment down at McDonald's if you made it to the end of the video, and I'll try to heart your comment. Big thanks to all of my channel members. As always, you guys rock. Follow my social medias and join the Discord server. Links are all in the description below. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.